How do you plan for holidays and birthdays? Your budget needs to include these items way before they take away your savings.
Welcome back to My Dedication. We are working on creating your full budget, brick by brick. In the last episode, we went over how to budget for all of your transportation costs and predict those more difficult irregular expenses like car maintenance and repairs. Now, we are going to dive into the next category of your budget, health expenses, as well as charitable giving, gifts, and holidays. Continue to follow along, and if you are just joining us, download my free budgeting worksheet in the description of this video. If you appreciate this type of content, please hit the like button and subscribe to get more helpful personal finance advice. Let's get into it. Your health is so important, and too many people go without proper health insurance coverage. It's time to track it in your budget. If you want to learn more about how to shop for better health insurance, check out our full how-to series on insurance, step 1 of the daily dedication. Health. This one is incredibly important, and the monthly expenses you have for this category will vary widely from other people, so focus on your numbers and your unique situation. Everyone has different health concerns and expenses, but remember, the very first step of the daily dedication is to get health insurance. If by this point you still do not have health insurance, what are you doing on step 2? That's not how steps work. Go back and see my section on how to when it comes to health insurance and get a policy. Otherwise, nothing else we talk about will matter because one health-related accident can wipe out your entire financial life. I'm not trying to scare you. It is just the reality of living in this country. Your health is not protected unless you pay to have it protected. It's the reality of the situation. So get health insurance. Okay, back to the lesson on health expenses in your budget. Here we go. Fill in your monthly numbers for the following expenses: health insurance, disability insurance, life insurance, doctor visit copays, dentist, vision, pharmacy, prescriptions, supplements and vitamins, therapy, chiropractic or acupuncture, yoga, meditation classes, mindfulness classes, and others. Total that health cost at the bottom. Again, use the other sections to fill in any health-related classes, services, or anything health-related that fits your unique set of circumstances. I want to review these items a little further because I promised to explain why these items are here in the first place. Did I mention that health insurance is the most important thing you should have? Oh yeah, I did. Go get it. If your employer includes health insurance as a benefit, congratulations. You are very lucky to have such a plan. Make sure you review coverage limits and terms to make sure your individual needs are being met by that plan. If you have to pay for your own insurance policy out of pocket like I do, then include that number in your budget above. Doctor visit copay amounts are outlined in your plan and usually listed on the front of your insurance card. To estimate this monthly cost, simply take the number of times you plan on visiting the doctor or urgent care facilities throughout the year. Say you go for a physical or preventative testing twice throughout the year and your copay for office visits is $30. Then that's $60 for the year. That's not the only copays you will have though, because accidents and illnesses happen. So leave room for these in your budget. Let's say you get sick 2 more times this year and you need to get stitches from a bad leg scrape after rollerblading down your driveway. That's 3 more visits at $30, bringing your yearly total to $150 or $12.50 a month that you should include in your copay budget line item. Going through this process, item by item, and understanding just how much money you spend throughout the year on things you rarely think about is the entire point of doing this in the first place. It helps you gain control of your entire financial picture instead of just a few items included in less extensive budgeting apps and exercises. For dentist and vision, include the monthly cost of your insurance, as well as the cost of anything related to these items, like replacing glasses, prescription lenses, contact lens monthly cost, etc. You know what you need in your life. Make sure you include anything related to these topics in your budget. For example, in one of the other sections, you can put contact lens costs, glasses cleaning spray solution, Invisalign costs, even floss and Listerine if you really want to get into it. For your prescriptions, simply do the math on how many times you need to pay for refills every month and add that to your item in the budget. This can be a little more complicated than you think. I'll give you a personal example. One of my prescriptions is renewed every 3 months at $27. so it's easy to overlook this expense when doing this exercise. You have to think about everything you spend money on and give it a value in your budget. In my example, this would mean dividing the 3-month cost of $27 by 3 to get my monthly cost of $9 per month. Therapy, chiropractic, or acupuncture appointments simply include the total monthly cost of these services and add them to the budget. Some health insurance plans will help cover a portion, if not all of the costs associated with these services, so always ask your therapist or provider if your insurance could potentially help lower your expenses. Use your health insurance. It's expensive, so make it work for you. When you complete the health portion of your budget, you will be far more aware of these expenses and more confident in searching for better options or coupon codes for prescriptions to help you save money. Your health is important. Always try to find better deals on the things you need to survive and thrive. The next section of your brick-by-brick budget exercise includes charitable donations, gifts, and holiday expenses. Let's get into it right now. You are doing great, and I promise when this is all done, you will have a better understanding of how money affects not just your budget, but your entire life. When I do this exercise in person with coworkers, friends, and others, it's always so rewarding because it's like seeing a light bulb click on over their heads. Most people don't think about half of these expenses, but they are still paying them whether they track them or not, which is exactly why there is no money left at the end of the month to enjoy or save. Track everything with me, gain control, and treat savings like your most important expense, and you will be on the way to actual financial freedom. The thing all the self-help books talk about, but the difference is you will be living it with a full understanding of how to get there. Okay, enough of that rant. I'm just so excited for you to succeed. The next section of the budget worksheet lists charity and gifts. I can't wait to go over this section with you. It's one of my favorites. I'm all for donating to charities and giving gifts to the ones I love most. I budget for birthdays and holiday spending in this section. You may not like what I'm about to say next, but to be honest, I'm not here to make you like all of my advice. I'm here to help guide you to financial freedom through education and empowerment. That being said, if you are still in credit card debt, other financial or consumer debt, don't have the insurance policies we discussed in step 1 to protect yourself, guess what? You can't afford to give gifts or donate to charity. Sorry, you simply can't afford it. Am I being Scrooge? No, I am simply giving you the reality of the situation. People rarely plan or budget for friends or family members' birthdays or Christmas presents, so every one of these events takes a toll on your financial life and causes you stress rather than joy. If you don't feel stressed when spending money on gifts for others while you have maxed out credit cards, then we need to revisit your priorities in life. People hate when I say this, but think about it. Actually think about what is going on here. If you have $10,000 in credit card debt and only pay the minimum payments, do you know how long it will take you to pay that balance off completely? I'll tell you, it's over 36 years. That's longer than I've been alive. And getting out of debt should be your priority, far above gift giving. Gifts are luxuries and classified under wants, not even close to needs. So take care of yourself first. That being said, if you do want to budget for gifts, it is possible, the same way we have been budgeting for all other annual expenses above. And here is how. Write down your numbers below. Gifts, holidays and birthdays, charitable donations, religious donations, random high school friend's wedding, coworker's dog's second birthday, other, total that number at the bottom. Break this down and it will show you why it is important to prioritize other spending and saving before gift giving. Let's take Christmas. There is some sick consumer guilt people feel around Christmas, as if not getting your nephew exactly what he wants is going to ruin his life. Take a step back and remember you don't have the money to be wasting on everyone's Christmas wish list, nor is it your responsibility to do so. Is it nice to give gifts to everyone you love? Absolutely, but not when it takes away from your ability to get out of debt, pay your housing bills, or God forbid, save some money for yourself for once. Christmas is wildly expensive and harmful to your financial future if not handled correctly. My mother used to get all 7 of us kids literally everything we asked for and more on Christmas Day, plus cook for all of us. The sheer willpower and energy necessary to pull off one of her Christmas days is unfathomable to me. That many gifts, food, and energy often cost her more than $5,000 every Christmas. And I didn't know that she was spending the majority of this money on credit cards, essentially taking out a high-interest loan to get us everything we wanted. She gave beyond what she could afford to provide such magical holidays. But at the end of the day, when I helped slash the family budget, we were all just as happy with a couple gift cards and a nice meal together, costing her less than $1,000 for the same day. Buying gifts at Christmas for your friends and family can quickly and easily add up to over $2,000 every year. And most of the time, people don't budget for this at all. December comes and people are like, oh damn, it's here again. Let the unplanned overspending fest begin. Christmas goes from a fun time with friends and family to a stressful waste of money that puts you behind for the next year before New Year's Day even comes. Take that $2,000 and apply our budgeting method, divide it by 12 and get $167 a month. That is how much you need to be saving in addition to everything else and paying yourself first in savings in order to enjoy a $2,000 holiday guilt-free, or as I like to put it, actually being able to afford it. I can't tell you how many gurus, books, and articles all say it is important to donate money to church or charities because that is how you live a rich and fulfilling life. Yeah, when you sell millions of copies of books and have a seminar series in Vegas, I bet it does feel real good to donate to charities. But for the regular person struggling to pay off debt and get ahead, cut gift giving and charity donations altogether until your financial foundation is solid. I've met many people who give themselves right out of house and home, meaning they give far too much financially when they themselves need the money. If you only have enough money to pay this month's rent or mortgage with nothing in savings, I'm sorry to say it, but you can't afford to give anyone anything. This is not a bad thing. One day, you will be able to budget for and give generously. But please, take care of yourself first. Just imagine what that $2,000 could do to help you get out of debt, save for actual emergencies, get ahead for once, be able to weather a single financial storm instead of using it to go on an Amazon shopping spree, spending money you don't have on things you don't need for people you may or may not even like. I can't wait to read the comments I get on this section. That's it for this episode. Go back if you need help filling out any of these categories or understanding the why behind any of the items we discussed. At this point, you are well on your way to having an accurate budget, but more importantly, truly understanding why it is important to track these costs. You don't want your money controlling you any longer. Take control of it, brick by brick. In the next episode, we move on to subscriptions. When was the last time you looked how expensive your Netflix account is every month?